Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my channel, I'll be sharing videos which will help you to get to Canada and pursue your dream in Canada. Not just that, I'll be also sharing videos regarding the Canadian immigration and also the lifestyle in Canada. And also all the tricks and techniques which will help you to save a lot of money and time. I share this information from my personal experience and I hope that it will help someone in need. Before we get into the video, I would really appreciate if you could hit the like and the subscribe button. So we'll be looking at the reasons why someone should consider moving to Canada. So the first one is there is a lot of space. But when I say space, not a lot of people understand. But me coming from India, the second most largest populated country in the world, I definitely appreciate space. The second reason is it has excellent healthcare. Once you become permanent resident or Canadian citizen, you get free medical services. Also, if you're working for a company full-time, you can also apply for free medical services. But when I say free, it's not completely free. It has limitations and restrictions. So the next one is education. When it comes to education, it's free school for kids until grade 12. Also, they get a lot of scholarships to pursue their dream career in universities and colleges. When it comes to international students, almost 500,000 students come to Canada every year. And also Canada has so many world's best universities and colleges. And right now, if you're looking to come to Canada as a student, it is the most easiest and less complicated way. And the next one is job market in Canada. Maybe because of low population, there are plenty of job opportunities in Canada. You might be thinking, in case if you don't find a job in your field, how are you going to survive in Canada? And most jobs in Canada pay you a minimum wage, which is 14 Canadian dollars per hour, and which will add up to approximately 2,500 Canadian dollars per month. You will soon end up in your dream job as soon as you start knocking the right doors. The cost of living in Canada is high, so is your bank balance. The one other factor that you should consider is Canada has very low violence and crime rates. How comfortable you will be when you come to know that the community that you're living in is so safe. Even if you forget to lock your doors in the night, nobody would break in. And never do that. I only used it to explain the situation in Canada better. But to be honest, you'd feel extremely safe. Even as a woman, if you decide to walk in the streets at midnight, you would feel completely safe. And the most important reason why one should consider moving to Canada, according to me, is it is relatively easy to become the permanent resident or even to become the citizen of Canada. Not everyone who's coming to Canada is already a permanent resident of Canada. So many people coming as temporary residents in their study permits and work permits, etc. Moving to Canada is not cheap. After spending a lot of time and money, how would they feel if Canadian government sends them back after a couple of years? Not good, right? The same way the Canadian government feels. That's why they had introduced and also keep introducing so many new programs which will help you to become permanent resident of Canada. And also, Canada is a diverse country. It has adapted so many cultures over the years. So when you're moving to Canada, you don't have to worry about getting adapted to Canadian culture. In case you'll be finding your culture well flourished and existing in Canada. Can you believe that just in Toronto, there are more than 100 languages spoken? And almost 20 to 30% of population living in Toronto are born abroad. So like I said before, you don't have to worry about getting adapted to someone else's culture because your culture exists in Canada long time back. But it is important to have a mutual respect between each other's culture. And Canada creates the best opportunities for startup business. The Canadian government helps and encourages the people living in the country to start their own businesses by providing subsidy to so many industries in various fields. Even during this pandemic, Canadian government supported so many small scale and medium scale businesses. If you are thinking about startups, you should be thinking about Canada. And every one of us are different when it comes to seasons. So when it comes to Canada, it has 4 seasons: fall, winter, summer, autumn. Each with its own light, temperature and weather patterns, which regularly happens every year. The cycle happens. So you should be someone who will be enjoying at least one of these seasons. And the next reason in the list is low population. The Canadian population as of 2021 is approximately 40 million. In case if you're struggling to figure out how much that is, I'm happy to compare it with my home country, India, 1.4 billion approximately. And now you might have a better view in terms of understanding. And there are pros and cons because of low population. And overall, you will appreciate the privileges that are in the country. Excellent public transport at affordable prices. There are so many options when it comes to public transports. Every city has their own organized routes and fleet of buses. Also, there are Volvo buses that connects between cities. If that's not enough, you also have an option of going in a tram in major cities. Via rail, it's the Canadian railway services. Using the railways, believe me, you'll have such an amazing journey. All these journeys are available at affordable prices. There are so many offers every now and then, so make sure you double check before you make a booking. So the best thing is that none of these public transports are crowded. You will definitely appreciate the journey. So the next thing we are going to look at is clean air. The air in Canada is ranked as the cleanest air in the world. I'm not sure how many of you will consider and appreciate this factor, but it is still one of the most important factors to consider to be in Canada. Great food. There are so many amazing cuisines in Canada. Since it's a diverse country, you'll be able to find every single cuisine in the world. Portuguese, French, Italian, Chinese, Thai, Indian, you name it. Is this not one good enough reason for you to move to Canada? Not just these reasons that I mentioned in this video. There are so many other reasons why you should consider moving to Canada today. If you find this video useful, do not forget to hit the like button. And also do not forget to hit the subscribe button because I'll be making a lot of videos regarding Canadian immigration, Canadian lifestyle, and so much more. If you have any questions regarding how to move to Canada and how to survive in Canada, you can ask that in the comment section below, or you can send me a DM to my Instagram account. And until next video, see you guys and thank you for your support.
I'm unstoppable today.